Good evening. When Cornell decided not to sponsor this award any longer, we at the UNLV Harrah College of Hospitality were so excited to sponsor this award because we believe in the tradition Howard B. Meek established in hospitality education. Like Howard, we at UNLV, we believe the value of hospitality as a standalone discipline and are dedicated to nurturing its future professionals and educators. Dr. Meek was both a champion of students and a visionary, and we are proud to honor that legacy. And that's why we're so excited to be sponsoring this. The Howard B. Meek Award is really the highest individual recognition of a member of International ICHRIE may receive. It recognizes an International ICHRIE member's lifetime contributions and outstanding service to both hospitality education and to International ICHRIE. This award serves as a living member memorial to the late Howard B. Meek, a pioneer in hospitality education, the first dean of the School of Hotel Administration at Cornell University, an executive vice president of ICHRIE, and really the mentor to Jerry Ballin, who founded the Harrah College of Hospitality. To earn this prestigious award, the recipient must show outstanding, continuous service to both hospitality education and to International ICHRIE for a minimum of 20 years. The individual will also have held meaningful leadership role within ICHRIE and a lifetime of professional accomplishments. This year, we respectfully honor Dr. Lea Dopson posthumously with the Howard B. Meek Award. As we present this award, we do so with Lea's Cal Poly Pomona's family, who have joined us together, her faculty, advisory board members, and the interim dean of the College of Hospitality, Dr. Margaret Ferry Jones. Lea exemplified the description of this award. Her love for hospitality education and students, her long-standing commitment to International ICHRIE, and her professional accomplishments over the years have really created an imprint in our hearts. Her untimely passing will truly leave a void in hospitality education and in our ICHRIE family. Her legacy has been carved through the years in a profession that she served, enhanced, she loved, and she led.
Before I read my section for my Cal Poly family, I want to share this really quickly. I had the opportunity to visit the campus and do a program review for them. But prior to that, Stephanie and I were the two reviewers, and we went out to dinner. And Lea shared with us that she was sick. And so we cried at the table and cried and cried. And then suddenly Lea looked at me and she said, "Now stop crying, we're gonna enjoy dinner. That's not why you're here." So I wanted everybody to do the same because Lea would not want us to cry. She would truly want this to be a celebration. So please do that. I don't know how she did that. All of a sudden she was like, "Now stop crying." And I'm like, okay. And then we enjoy dinner. So please do that. My heart is with you, but Lea will want us to celebrate, okay? Okay, so we would like to read her published bio to you and just take all of Lea's incredible contributions. Dr. Dopson was the Dean and James A. Collins Distinguished Chair of the Collins College of Hospitality Management, that's a mouthful, at California State Polytechnic University, Pomona, Cal Poly Pomona. Such a beautiful campus with beautiful faculty. She earned a BS in Restaurant, Hotel, and Institutional Management and a Master of Business Administration from Texas Tech University. And she earned an EDD in Higher Education Administration with an emphasis in curriculum development from the University of Houston. Previously, she was the chair of my wonderful program at the University of North Texas, and she taught at Cal Poly Pomona, the University of Houston, and Texas Tech University, a real Texas girl. In addition to her academic career, she has held food and beverage management and corporate positions with Sheraton Hotels and Harvey Hotels. Her areas of teaching have included hospitality finance, hospitality managerial accounting, and hospitality cost controls, and we have used her textbooks for many years.
I want to share this to you from David Schweiger, who unfortunately is not able to be here this evening. As an educator, as an academic administrator, Dr. Dopson wrote strategic plans and investments, managed budgets, oversaw capital projects, developed curriculum, worked with advisory boards, raised external funds, cultivated alumni. I can vouch for that. Developed and maintained industry partnerships and led faculty, staff, students toward a shared vision. Dr. Dopson's passion for hospitality management education was evident in her continued commitment to the discipline through her research in competency and curriculum development, sustainable tourism in developing countries, and her textbooks, Food and Beverage Cost Control and Managerial Accounting in the hospitality industry. She has also had an ardent interest in international education, as demonstrated by her creation of an MS in International Sustainable Tourism, which is a joint degree between the University of Texas and CATI in Costa Rica. In addition, Dr. Dopson lived 9 months in Zimbabwe, Africa, developing a degree program in the international hospitality tourism.
Dr. Dopson was also very active in professional organizations and has held membership in several professional organizations. Most recently, she served as the president for ICHRIE from 2021 to 2022, and served as its vice president in 2020 and 21. She previously served 2 terms as treasurer for ICHRIE, and she was the founding president of Western CRE. She served 4 years as the Commissioner of Accreditation Commission for Programs in Hospitality Administration. And that's kind of an acronym that I'm not going to pronounce. And she was the site team leader for the same organization. She served on a number of academic boards, and her travels and work have taken her to all 6 out of the 7 continents, including Antarctica. Please, let's take a few minutes to remember Lea through this beautiful video created by her colleagues, friends at Cal Poly Pomona.
am going to share some reflections from David. My memories from my friend Lea Dopson. I first met Lea 29 years ago when she started teaching food and beverage management at Cal Poly Pomona. I would visit Cal Poly 4 times a year to assist in the student chapter of IFSEA, in which Lea was involved. We became immediate friends in our hospitality education careers as we were just starting out. She was my support sister, and we gave each other advice on everything from classroom assignments, working with Disneyland, and to the best new restaurants in LA, and the ones that serve the best cocktails. I will miss having cocktails with you, Lea, at ICHRIE conferences and joining you on explorations before and after the conference. There was a unique rainforest excursion in Puerto Rico, and I know I pronounced that wrong, please excuse me. In Puerto Rico, that was the best. So y'all that were in Puerto Rico, you know what I'm talking about. I would travel to SoCal once or twice a year to visit my niece and her family in San Diego. I would always make time to visit Lea in order for us to have wonderful dinners and spend time with Lea in her home, where she would sit in her backyard. She has a beautiful backyard. And enjoy her beautiful roses and play with her dog Muffin. Muffin's a trip. Drink some great wines and discuss our lives in hospitality as hospitality educators, our passion for ICHRIE and our families. The last time I was with her, the topic turned to retirement. As we discussed, Lea was hoping to retire in 4 years and move back to Texas and spend time with her mom. Lea was a true champion for hospitality management students. Her commitment to Eta Sigma Delta and the success of the students in the honorary in that honorary was remarkable. We can honor Lea every day by helping our students achieve their dreams in our hospitality field. What I admire most about Lea was her natural ability and open willingness to mentor students, faculty, staff, and friends. There are many of you at this conference that have talked to me, meaning David, about how important Lea was a mentor to you. Empowering women was very important to her. If you ever saw her house, you would not believe the homage to empowering women on her walls. She was very active in the Texas chapter of Gamma Phi Beta International Sorority. She was honored with the Carnation Award in 2018. Lea possessed humility, kindness to all individuals. Her commitment to the hospitality industry and student success will be greatly missed. Lea was an amazing woman that touched hundreds of lives globally. She was an incredible friend, and I think about her every day, and so do I do. I will close with Lea had 2 dreams and wishes within CREE: to become president of our association, which she did this year, and to receive the Howard Meek Award. So her receiving this award tonight will be an incredible tribute to an amazing woman. I love you, Lea. So does David. Thank you.
I take back everything I said. They showed the video. I wish they would have waited until I got back to my seat to show the video. Now I want to cry. But we're not going to cry because I told you we can't. Okay, good. So now we got that out the way. So I went to the fantastic APAC CREE in Hong Kong. Remember Lea was there? Everybody that went there? And so Lea came up to me at the conference and she said, "Kim, you remember me?" Lea said, "Of course I remember you." And she said, "Can we go and grab coffee?" I said, "Absolutely." And she said, 30 minutes, that's all I need is 30 minutes of your time. And I said, "Sure, I'll go for 30 minutes. I have to say yes to Dr. Dopson, right?" So she finds a nice quiet spot. So she said, "Tell me, how's it going in UNT?" Remember, I was the former chair there. And I said, "Yes, I go to work and everything is, you know, if you're an administrator, Dr. Dopson used to do this, and Dr. Dopson used to do that." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I have to be like Dr. Dopson." So I was like, "I'm so glad I get to meet you because I have to be like you." So we sat down. It was supposed to be 30 minutes. It ended up being 2.5 of her asking me about our faculty. She loved the MIST program. As a matter of fact, I get back and I leave on Tuesday to go to Costa Rica for the program that she loved and started. And so we talked about MIST, we talked about our faculty. She wanted to make sure, she said, so tell me about this. What have you noticed about these things? I told her everything that I thought about the program and the direction we need to head. So at the end, she looked at me and she said, Kim, I wasn't sure if I just didn't know what was gonna happen with my legacy. But now that I've talked to you, you have a firm grasp on UNT. And therefore, I know the program will be successful. And I looked at her and I said, Lea, I didn't know I was interviewing again for the job. But thank you so much for your confidence in me. So it was so funny because I didn't know I was on the interview, but I did a very good job. So next, she invited me to go to Cal Poly and review their program that she absolutely loved, the faculty. So I had the opportunity to go. If you've ever been to that campus, for crying out loud, I'm like, Lea, this is like a palace, what the heck? So I went to her program, and Lea, she said, did you get the basket that was in your room? I said, you have a basket for me in the room as a reviewer? I said, what do you want me to put in this report? So she's like, no, there's a basket. I said, no, there's no basket in the room. And she said, there is a basket in your room. I said, Lea, I know baskets when I see them. There's not a basket in the room. So apparently she called the faculty and she said, don't worry, that will be corrected by this evening. And I said, well, all right. So I got back to the room. There was a basket in the room when I got back to the room, and they have a beautiful, like, dairy something, and it was like all the products that they have on campus. It was absolutely beautiful. If you know Lea, that's what I do now for my reviewers. It was always that attention to detail, right? So we wrote an exceptional report for her. So hopefully you got some additional funding because that basket is really the reason why. And the other thing is that, as I mentioned to you before we went to dinner, and Lea, I will never forget this, and Lea said, do not cry, this is a celebration and we're gonna have a wonderful evening. So as I was standing here, I was thinking to myself, and I always remember this, when somebody that we love, something happens to them, and I was at church and the priest said, God does not make mistakes. And I can't help but to think, and I'm like, God, I think you made a mistake on this one. But we're gonna keep our legacy alive, we're gonna keep our Cal Poly family in our prayers. And just remember, God does not make mistakes, so his angel has returned home. Thank you.
And to Margie and to all the Cal Poly colleagues and community, it is our humble privilege to present the Howard B. Meek Award to Lea Dopson.
Good evening, and thank you for the invitation and the honor to receive this prestigious award tonight. The Cal Poly Pomona Collins College of Hospitality Management faculty and staff were thrilled to learn that the Meek Award Committee had considered our application and selected Dr. Lea R. Dopson posthumously as this year's honoree. For so many of us in this room, ICHRIE has played a strong supporting role in our professional lives. For Lea, ICHRIE was part of the fabric of whom she was. In the 90s, you might have labeled Lea a CRE early adopter, Eta Sigma Delta student member, regular conference presenter, early career chapter leader. When she returned in 2014 to be the dean at the Cal Poly Pomona Collins College, we would see that a better label for this part of her career might be ICHRIE fanatic, ICHRIE influencer. While at the University of North Texas, Lea's passion and commitment grew through her leadership with Texas CRE as a Board of Governors member for Eta Sigma Delta and as an ACFA commissioner. At Cal Poly Pomona, she was a co-creator of the Western Federation CRE, and then her penultimate experience was to be the president of ICHRIE. This evening's gala is a sweet reminder of her commitment to this organization. In the last few months, as we try to heal and recover, the quiet has been very loud. We know it will take time. As we have experienced this week, saying hello is wonderful, but we know that goodbye has a different feel. While in the end of an era, it is also an opportunity to honor her legacy with many great memories of her tireless commitment to hospitality and tourism education. I would ask each of you when you leave tonight to be bold in your efforts to advance this field and be generous with your talent and kindness to your peers. Thank you very much.
Let's toast, whatever glass you could raise, to celebrate the amazing legacy of Dr. Lea Dopson, and know without hesitation that she would be in front of the line celebrating the 75th anniversary of CHRIE. So cheers.